What is up, guys? Dzeeff here. Today we are going over everything new in the massive new Master Duel update. This is not like the last big update where we got some Synchron cards and Baron and the Speedroid cards. That one, while cool, wasn't really meta impactful. This one, on the other hand, though, is going to completely change Master Duel immediately. So we're talking about new meta-defining cards being added into Master Duel in a couple days. We're talking about UI improvements, cosmetics, we're talking about animations being updated. There's a lot of new stuff in this update, and I'm going to try to cover all of it in today's video, or at least as much of it as I can. In today's video, we are going to start with Master Duel itself and kind of go through the notifications, because these are all official announcements that Konami has given us. So first off, here is the version update notification. So a lot of people have already done the update, but just in case you haven't already, it will become mandatory on May 9th. But here are some of the current changes in the game. Adjusted certain visual effects during duels. That's pretty cool. Added card activation animation during duels. I posted about a few of those yesterday. I posted like a YouTube short. Basically, they added card animations for a lot of popular cards. We're talking about Order and Solemn Judgment and Lightning Storm and Harpy's Feather Duster. That's all pretty cool. Added the feature to batch generate cards not owned to the deck edit screen. So this is a really cool change. Basically, if you have the material, you can craft all the cards that you need for a deck. I really wish we had this around when we had the Common and Rare Festival, because it was a real pain, like going through and manually crafting every single card. But this is a really great addition, so I'm glad that they added that. If you have cards that you didn't own the last time you saved the deck, the owned status will automatically be updated when you enter the deck edit screen once again. I haven't gotten a chance to super try this out, but I did enter a deck where I built it when I had 2 Nibiru, but I had 3 Nibiru on the deck list, and it did automatically update with that 3rd copy of Nibiru, which was pretty cool. Improved solo mode screen, so one of the big changes here is that they now have difficulty levels for each of the duels, which is pretty interesting. Improved mission screen, improved duel room screen, added short to the duel time options in the duel room. So a lot of cool like quality of life updates there, nothing too crazy. But where the big updates start to show up is with the new cards getting added. So a new selection pack is here. So this selection pack will be available on May 9th, and this is going to change everything. So there are 3 major archetypes or cards featured in this pack. First off, we have the P.U.N.K archetype. Now, the P.U.N.K archetype as a standalone deck has not been very good in the TCG, but many of the P.U.N.K cards have been splashed into a variety of decks, so those will definitely be played in this game, although they are hurt a little bit by E-Telly being semi-limited. Next up, we have the Swordsoul archetype. So I have been playing the Swordsoul archetype in the TCG since they were released a while back, and now they are finally being added into Master Duel, which is a huge update. This is definitely a deck that I'm very excited to build. It's a deck that I've played in the TCG for like almost 6 months now at this point, which is pretty crazy to think about, and this is going to be the deck to beat when this update happens. By the way, I will be streaming pretty much every day next week on my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/Dzeeff, so if you guys are interested in learning more about the new cards, make sure to check me out on there. Next up, we have the Destiny Hero Destroyer Phoenix Enforcer getting added. So this makes sense, you know, they semi-limited Fusion Destiny on the ban list, and this is why they did that. This card is going to be played in a ton of decks. Anaconda in this game really is not that great. You know, you don't have Dragoon, you don't have DPE. It is still played, but this is really what's going to break Anaconda in this format. Pretty much everyone is going to be playing the Fusion Destiny DPE engine, and all those decks are probably going to play Anaconda as well. Finally, they do mention that there is an additional pack that is just reprints. This is all about Fusion Summoning. I believe we have a Fusion Summon Festival on the horizon, so that's why that's being added. Now, notably here, TCG players might be wondering, okay, so we have cards from Burst of Destiny here, we have cards from the Grand Craters here. Are the rest of those cards from those sets getting added into Master Duel alongside these ones? And at the moment, it looks like no. So there have been data mine leaks that show other selection packs, and those feature cards like the Adventurer token engine and the Flunder archetype and stuff like that. So there are going to be other cards from these sets added into Master Duel at a future date. For now, though, we have 3 really strong sets of cards right here, and I think that they are going to change the game quite a lot. In the future, though, we'll get those Adventurer cards and the Flunder cards, and that'll change things even more. But on May 9th, we are confirmed getting these cards, and this is going to be a big deal. Less of a big deal, though, but still pretty cool, is that we are getting the new Cyberdark support as well on May 9th. These cards are cool. You know, I played them at locals a little while back. I've made a couple videos about them. Not really meta contenders, but they are still pretty nice, and I'm sure that Cyber fans are going to be excited to try them out. On to the data mined leak leaks, we are going to take a look at some of these leaks from the Master Duel site Twitter page, a great account that you guys definitely should follow that always has up-to-date information about Master Duel. So in these two pictures here, we see the two selection packs. So this one talks about the Flunderees archetype, it talks about the Adventurer tokens, and it talks about some support for other archetypes that are already in Master Duel. The other one talks about some different stuff. We have the Master Hyperion support, so that just released in the TCG, and some just various supporting cards for archetypes that already exist in the game. Now these cards are still a bit of a ways off. You know, it would have been pretty overwhelming to introduce the new cards that are coming on May 9th alongside these Adventurer cards and the Flunder cards, so I think Konami is kind of staggering these releases. I believe on the Konami Twitter account they had posted a picture of the selection pack with the Swordsoul cards, and that one it looked like expired on July 11th, so I would assume that we won't get these cards until like mid-July, but these are going to be added into the game at some point. I really think that it was just Konami saying we don't want to add too many new cards at once to overwhelm players, and I think that they picked a good selection of new cards to add that will be meta changing, but they won't be as overwhelming as if they added all of this stuff as well. Next up, we have some new pets. So these are all ones that I believe we've known about for a while, but now they're added into the game as shop assets. So presumably these will be added into the game on May 9th as well, but we don't actually have official confirmation on that. So we have White Baking, Salmon Great Gazelle, Ghost Dark Lantern, and Hanzo, the ninja card. So these are all pretty cool. I'm very excited for White Baking and Gazelle. Actually, all of these are pretty nice. So those are some new pets that you can buy. Also, we have some new fields to play on. So we have an Ice Barrier one, which looks really cool. We have a Hero one that I'm sure is going to be very popular. We have like this Ancient Ruins one. We have this like Stone Mystical Forest one. These are really nice. I want to see more stuff like this added into the game, and it seems like Konami is finally doing that. So that is fantastic. We also got some new events that were leaked. We have a Link only event. We have a monster type specific event. I'm not sure how popular a Link only event will be. It seems like people probably won't like that, but you know, it is what it is. Obviously there's going to be one for every summoning mechanic. That makes sense. In terms of the story mode, we have some really big leaks here. We don't know when these are going to be added, but we have Orchist and Dream Mirror and Six Samurai and UA. And then on the next page, we have Danger and Sacred Phoenix and a couple other ones as well. So there are new story mode missions coming to the game. Not really sure when these are going to be added though. Finally, we have some new icons and some new sleeves. You'll notice a couple of these do overlap with those story mode things, so they might be like part of the story mode, but there are some pretty cool icons here. I like Danger Nessie especially. I think that one actually did get a new animation with the update as well. And then over here you can see some of the new sleeves. I think they look pretty cool actually. I'm not really sure how you unlock these. I wonder if these three are like paid ones because they have gems in their picture, and then these other ones are going to be from the story mode. Who really knows, but man, what a massive update. This is really the update that the player base has been begging Konami to add, because we are finally getting a ton of meta relevant cards that are really going to change things up. Some people probably disagree with Konami's decision to break up Burst of Destiny and the Grand Creators into two separate releases, but personally I think it makes sense because I think players would be pretty overwhelmed if all of those cards from two very powerful packs were introduced into Master Duel at the same time. Overall, I'm just happy to see a big format shift in Master Duel. Yeah, I'm sure we'll all be complaining about DPE and Swordsoul in a week, but for now it's new and exciting, and it's really cool that Master Duel is finally switching up its format. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Make sure to follow me on Twitch at twitch.tv/Dzeeff this week, because I'll be streaming pretty much every single day, so make sure to follow me on there if you want to see a lot of the new cards in action. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video though. I'll see you later. Goodbye.